Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gabrielle Young, and I will be the team chat host for the day. And I will tell you a little bit about myself. I am a high school student here at Shiloh High School, and I'm a 12th grader. So, this team chat this team chat is a time for us to connect with one another and discuss teens, mental health concerns, stressory, and healthy co- coping strategy. Our topic for today will be socially pressure, titled Pressure Points, How We Cope, Heal, and Rise. Speak up. Yeah. Let's start by introducing our panelists. Tell our audience your name and interesting facts about yourself. First, Briasia.
Hi, my name is Briasia Williams. I'm a senior here at Shiloh High School. I'm the president of Student Council. I am also DECA's vice president of hospitality, and I am Shield's student council representative.
Okay, next, Tiana.
Hello, my name is Tiana Deloach. I'm a senior here at Shiloh High School. I'm a team captain of our varsity flag football team. I'm also a part of student council and VP of communications. I'm also a part of SHIELD, and I'm also a part of Skills USA. And senior board. I am your senior class president.
Okay, next we have Daniel.
Hello, my name is Daniel Greer, and one interesting fact about myself is that I like McDonald's. That's it.
Okay, next we have, finally, is Miss Boone.
Hey everybody, my name is Rashonda. I actually run a club here called Young Life. But outside of that, I'm also a licensed therapist and I'm also a certified trauma therapist.
Thank you all for introducing yourself. We're here to have an honest conversation about socially pressure, the kind we face at school, online, even in our own community. From social media standards to academic expectation, it's easy to feel like we have to be perfect all the time. But today, we're keeping it real. It means to stay true to yourself in the world full of pressure. Let's jump right into the questions. Okay, so I have a question for Tiana and Daniel. When you think about socially pressure, where does it feel like for a teen athlete? For both y'all, for today.
As a teen athlete, I feel like it's not just the pressure that's on the field, but also the pressure from your teammates and also wanting to be a role model for them to look up to. Because I know when I was a freshman on the flag team, I was like, okay, I want to be just like that senior. Like, she motivated me to do better, not only on the field, but also outside the field. Because my team was not just a team, it was a family. And I felt like a sisterhood wherever I went. And then having that pressure follow you on the field into the school building with academic is really hard sometimes. So it's like you want to make not only yourself proud, but you want to make people proud around you. So it's just a lot of pressure on one person. And I just often try to find the middle point and try my best in everything that I do.
That's a question one more time, please.
Okay. So, Daniel, same question. When you think about social pressure, what does it feel like? What it look and feel like for teen athletes today?
Oh, I feel like as a teen athlete, I feel like every single athlete seems like they try to make themselves seem perfect to everybody, and they put a lot of pressure on themselves because they're in a state where they have to have perfect grades, perfect attendance, be a great role model to everybody, and I feel like they could really easily overwhelm themselves with trying to manage all that, and they forget to first validate their own self before seeking external validation. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for answering the question. Now, Briasia, I have a question. How do social pressure, in your opinion, whether from school, family, or social media, affect your mental health or stress levels?
So I would say with social pressures from school, it becomes overwhelming. I can become stressed, and stress can lead to many things. Anxiety, depression, everything.
Yeah.
Because when you have so much schoolwork, and as you know, I'm in so many clubs, all that work begins to stack upon each other, and when it becomes so much, it gets hard to delegate your tasks. So I would just say it creates a space where I am no longer thinking about myself. I'm thinking about what I need to do, but I'm not thinking about ways where I can replenish myself.
Thank you for asking the question. Now, finally, Ms. Boone, how can teens help level out their stress and mental health when it comes to school, family, and social media?
I think those three things are huge factors for teenagers. So there's always a lot of pressure with school, trying to have good grades, trying to figure out what I want to do next. Almost like this expectation that you guys should have your life figured out by 18, which is, sometimes a little crazy. Family, sometimes there's conflict, sometimes there's the pressures of chores, and I gotta help take care of siblings. And then on top of that, there's social media, where there is this constant thing of comparison. And so like, oh, I want to be like them, or oh, I need to be able to have what they have, which is another whole stress. And so you compile all three things of that, and it, for your mind and your body, is a lot of stress. It's a lot of pressure. And so what I would say is, on the table over there, I made a sheet for you guys, right? On the sheet is several things that you can do to help reduce stress in all of those areas, okay? And so I'm gonna really quickly just tell you three, but if you wanna see more about them, you can find it over there on the resource table. So the first thing you will find on the sheet is being able to name what's going on with you. A lot of times we don't feel safe to say just what it is, right? So if I'm overwhelmed, it's okay to just say you're overwhelmed. If you feel like you're anxious or you feel like you're struggling with depression, I think it's okay to just name it. This is just where I am right now. This is just what's going on. That's one. Another thing that you can find over there is how you strengthen your emotional awareness. So just taking the time to be like, okay, what am I feeling right now? Right now I feel really stressed, and giving yourself a minute to just take a break. That's okay. And so those are just a few things that I would name. Name what's going on. Acknowledge this, hey, I'm just feeling stressed right now, just feel emotionally overwhelmed, and give yourself a minute to just take a break. That's what I would say.
Thank you, Ms. Boone. Now, this is a question for everybody. How do your friends or support system help you stay positive when you're under pressure?
Me personally, I would say that my friends, which are also my biggest support system, often try to become an outlet for me. So we'll try to get our minds off of things, because honestly, my friend group is kind of involved in a lot of school-based things. So that's like going out on the weekends to go watch a movie, or just having a little girls' time and things of that nature. Just leaving the stressors away and actually having time to ourselves and collecting amongst ourselves, and then having those positive highlighted moments where we're not worried about the next thing or like what's coming next, just enjoying the moment and living in the moment.
Okay.
Me and my best friend, we do dual therapy sessions together. And when we do them, we get to understand more about each other, and it's very relieving, because when I'm with my best friend, personally, I can be myself to the full extent.
For me and my friends, same thing what Tiana said. We always hang out during the weekends, just get our minds off school, play basketball, just play video games, or do whatever just to get our minds off. And also we talk to each other and give us real constructive criticism of all the things we could do better, and things that also affect us negatively in our lives. And we just ultimately try to do better for that. Yeah.
I would just say, and it piggybacks off of what everyone else said, really it's just we're all present for each other. And I think how we can all be present for each other looks different, whether it is we're going to play basketball, we're going to eat, or we're going to hang out. It's just the consistency of showing up for each other when we need somebody to show up for us.
Thank you. Now, same thing, question for everybody. What's one thing you wish adults understood about mental health challenges teens faced off because of social experience?
I wish adults could try to understand that we're going through something, because I feel like most adults just kind of zone that out and realize that, or they don't realize that realize that they forget we're students and we're also human ourselves. So we're just not robots. We also have emotions and we go through a lot of things ourselves. So I feel like adults should take more account into that.
I feel like that adults forget that just because we're younger doesn't mean that we don't go through stress. Just because that we're probably not paying bills, but we also have our own things that we go through, that we're also people with feelings and also have our own problems as well.
I feel like adults forget that although these things may seem little to you, like these little high school relationships or the schoolwork, it can be a lot for us, because that's what's going on in our life right now. We may, like Tiana said, we may not be paying bills right now, but to us, school and our social life, that's our biggest problems right now. We don't have to worry about bills.
Sorry.
Okay, now this is a question for you, Ms. Boone. How can schools, communities do a better job of supporting teens' mental health and promoting self-expectations?
I think first is, I think it would be helpful to give teenagers a voice. I think everything that they're saying is right. I think adults may have their own set of issues, but it doesn't downplay that teenagers have stuff going on as well. So first, I would say giving teenagers the opportunity to be able to just say whatever is on their mind. It's not really about agreeing or disagreeing. It's about understanding their experience. And so I would say if we could, as adults, if we, as all the things that you listed, could do a better job of trying to understand their experience, that would be helpful. The second thing I would say is validation. I think in validating someone's feelings is important, right? Just because you don't agree that they're sad, or you don't agree that they should be angry, or you don't agree that they should be offended, doesn't mean that they still shouldn't feel that way. Everybody has the right to feel however they feel, whether a person agrees with it or not, right? And so I think validating them, just being like, hey, I hear what you're saying, I understand what you're saying, I want to hear your experience, would be a phenomenal start to be able to do that.
Okay, thank you. Now, question for everyone. Have you ever compared yourself to others online or in real life? How do you remind yourself of your own worth in these moments?
I've had moments where I've compared myself to my peers, and that was my biggest issue. I felt like I was very different from others, and that caused me to try to suppress my personality. What reminded me that it is okay to be me was remembering that everybody can be themselves. I may not fit in with every crew, and that is okay. I shouldn't have to lower my voice. I shouldn't have to dim my light in order to fit in with everyone else. And I just have to remember that if I dim my light, I'm going to become sad, because that's not who I am.
Piggybacking off of what Bree said, dimming my light, I realized that sometimes if you feel like where you are or with the people you're hanging around, sometimes like looking at my peers, I'm like, okay, I'm not like her, or I'm not like them, or like I'm probably not the highest in my class, but I create my own light. I create my own space for myself. And that's how I attract people and make that positive environment to be around, because my light can shine bright as long as I make it shine bright.
I used to compare myself to others online multiple times, and I used to compare myself to people online multiple times, and what I've come to realize that just because I'm at this point right here is like I can't wait. Just because I'm at like this point right here, that doesn't stop me from getting to the point they were, because I remind myself that they were once in the same shoes that I was. They wasn't always rich, they always wasn't popular, they always wasn't a good role model or anything. So I try to remind myself that this isn't like the end, but only the beginning.
Yeah, you can if you want.
I try not to compare myself to anyone. I think I would hope, like, as we get older, that we start just being comfortable with who we are. Like, I know it's a little bit harder to try to grasp that when you're younger, but it's literally okay just to be who you are. I think if everybody was the same, life would be boring.
Okay, thank you.
So.
Now, Breasia, I have a question. What are some ways you practice self-love or self-care when you're feeling overwhelmed by expectations?
So some of the things that I do, I write affirmations and I take them along the walls of my room, because I know when I'm in the house too much, like my self-worth can go down. And even when I'm feeling low, I take the time to do my hair, get my lashes done, get my nails done, because sometimes you just need a self-care day to feel like yourself again. And I also, when I go to school, I get a lot of words of affirmation from teachers reminding me that I'm still doing a good job. So as long as I keep that mindset that even if I don't feel the best, I am doing my best, and that's okay.
Now, Daniel, I have a question for you. Do you think teens feel pressure to always look or act perfect? How can we change that mindset?
I feel like teens always seem that they have to always be perfect because of how society puts it out to be. Like how we always have to have good grades, our mental always has to be perfect, but that's not reality whatsoever. And I feel like the way we fix that is to realize that we're not perfect, and the only way we could do that is by stop comparing yourself to others and just realizing that you're just not perfect.
Okay, thank you. Now, Ms. Boone, I have a question for you. What advice would you give teens to feel the need to be perfect?
Yeah, I think first it's important to know that perfection may be rooted in some kind of fear, right? So if we're typically trying to be perfect, it's because maybe we don't want to be judged by other people, or maybe we don't want to disappoint somebody, or maybe we feel like it's not okay to be ourselves, so we strive to try to just be perfect. And so I would say first it's rooted in that fear. Secondly, I said this already, but I think it's just okay to just be who you are, right? If you are somebody who's like, hey, I did the best that I could and the best that I got was a C, then okay, that's okay. No, that's okay. If you know you work hard at something and you're doing your best is always okay, right? Your best can be enough. If you put in your best into a situation, then your best is okay. We live in a world that you gotta just keep going and going. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. That's not true. It's not true. If you put your best foot forward, then that's okay. You tried, right? And I think that it's okay to just again be who you are and value yourself. Like, you don't have to have other people to validate you. You don't have to try to compare yourself. I think the most important part of what I'm saying is just be who you are and do the best that you can, and that's okay, and that is enough.
Thank you. Now, last question. This is for everybody. If you could give one piece of advice to your peers about staying confident, mentally strong, despite outside pressure, what would it be?
My advice to my peers and everybody in here is that believe in yourself. And if you feel like nobody does, there's always going to be that one person who believes in you. So believe in yourself no matter what. Because I know there's one person in this room who believes in you, and that could be me. Because I believe in everybody in here. And that could be the person sitting next to you, okay? So believe in yourself all the time.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. If you could give one piece of advice to your peers about staying confident and mentally strong despite outside pressure, what would it be?
One piece of advice that I would give to my peers about staying confident is always be yourself. Like I said, do not let anyone dim your light. There's going to be some teachers, there's going to be some students. Everybody's going to have that one person who is going to be belittling them. But you have to remember that as long as you find your hardest and that everything you do, you're putting your passion into it, that is okay. That's great.
My advice for everybody is that don't let your thinking or your negative thinking determine your actions. You're always going to have negative thoughts, but don't give those thoughts power, because once you do, you're not going to be able to make the correct decision. You always got to take a risk, and I feel like when you when you dumb down the negative thinking and replace that with strictly positive thinking, then you will see yourself grow in many ways.
Okay, if you want.
That's from my peers, you want me to say? Can you say it one more time?
If you could give one piece of advice to your peers about staying confident and mentally strong despite outside pressure, what would it be?
Yeah, I mean, my peers are different than their peers. But,
Yeah.
if I'm talking for like adults, I would say I think it's important for adults sometimes. Like, we all have things going on, and being able to be stronger or a little bit more healthier and balancing our things, because sometimes we have stuff going on in our worlds, and sometimes teenagers get the brunt of that. And so again, I would just say for my peers too, like, just leaving space for teenagers to be able to be teenagers, to be able to have a voice, to hear what they're saying, to understand what they're going through, to understand their experiences, to validate their feelings, are just some of the things that I would say. I think if we could do that, I think the adult-teenager marriage would be a little bit better.
Thank you, panelists, for engaging conversation. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Any questions?
Any questions?
No questions?
One question.
One question?
One, just one. You got a question? Yeah, do you have a question?
I have a question.
What's your question?
How are you guys such great athletes and students in Shiloh High School?
That's you.
I feel like I'm a great athlete and student at Shiloh High School because I try my best to balance everything, and as well as letting no negativity come in. Like I want to always be that positive person people could look forward to make their day. So if that's just stepping in and smiling, or just saying hey, or shouting at you from down the hall like hey, I see you, or running up, it's just something. Or coming up to somebody at lunch, just trying to make a positive impact because I never know what somebody's going through at home.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Any other?
Oh, I was gonna answer Jaden's question. What? It's a student too.
I feel like I know I'm a great student at Shiloh High School, and how I be a great student is learning to delegate my tasks and always looking for ways to be better. When I take criticism, I take it and I look for that as a way to grow rather than taking it to heart.
Any more questions?
Any questions?
You got a question?
Oh, hey, what is some motivation you would say to a person like me to keep us going, like in life?
Never give up. Never give up.
Life is God! Life is God!
Thank you. Are there any more questions? Okay, guys, keep your best foot forward and always stay positive.
Well, that's a wrap. Thank you to you or panelists for participating in today's panel about social pressures, the kind we face at school, online, and even in our own community. Remember to take time, save life, and silence the shame.
Yay!
Wow, let's give it one more time for those amazing panelists.
Oh my God.
Raffle!
I really enjoyed that conversation, especially the part when they mentioned the day-to-day struggles that us teens have. At this time, let's share some feedback. We call this portion head, heart, and hands. Something you learned, something that you felt, and something that you're taking away with you. And let's share some feedback really quick. One person, tell me something you learned after we are going to all see the skills you learned in the line dancing session. So if I get one person, come me. I learned from Dave never give up and never That's good. That's good.
And I need one person to tell me something you felt during the panel. Okay, you know what, I'll take that.
Two more people, tell me something that you want to take away with you today. Trevion, what you going to take away with you today? I'm going to take away, like, never give up. That's good. What you going to take away with you today? All right, thank you.
Okay, that all was amazing. So as we wrap up, I want you guys to make sure you scan the QR code to complete the evaluation to let silence the shame and us student leaders know how we did today. We all need feedback. So you guys will have about 3 minutes to do the evaluation up there. Pull out your phones and scan the QR code.